I'm sippin', 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 I'm sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. It'll be 2023 already and you wouldn't have had a shot yet. And today, on this day,
what's up, my guy?
Today I got my guy, you know what I mean, MSU alumni.
Hey, what's up, Morgan State? You know what it is. Sonny Brasco out here.
Told him a couple weeks back, I said, man, you one of the few people, probably two, that ain't from Philly that been in my dorm room before.
That's some real shit, though. It ain't never really dawned on me. I ain't never put it together.
But my guy Sonny is here, man. Sonny, what's good, man?
Man, I'm breathing, so I'm gonna take it.
I hear that. I hear that. Definitely heard that.
Yeah, man. You call. I'm in Philly. I'm in your town. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you making the trip. Trust me.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
Trust me.
Like I said earlier, like when you hit me. Before you hit me, like this easily could have been, you know, a Martin Lawrence, Varnell Hill situation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you a legit guy, so I never thought nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? So when you said it, I knew it was gonna happen. When it happened, you called. I'm here.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing people might not realize is a lot of my business meetings and stuff happen when I'm drinking.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know whether to take me serious or not because they like, he was drunk and we was having fun. But what did I tell you? I tell some people, I tell something. I say, remind me this week because I'm drinking.
Yeah.
That means I'm serious.
Yeah.
That means I'm serious.
I said, what's up? He was like, you know what? Let me check my schedule, hit you back. I am in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you somebody that I've known for 20 years now.
Yeah.
20 years now.
Yeah.
And in recent history, we learned that you was the MC of the bunch we ain't know about. You've been running. You've been putting together these pieces, that bring everybody's memory to the same place, and everybody looks forward to now. Like when Mad Skills was doing the year-end wrap up, you like that for homecoming, but it's before homecoming. You put it out the week of. So explain to people what this is that I'm describing.
Honestly, man, I just wanted to. Well, first of all, before we even get talking, y'all, let's toast this shit up real quick, right?
Absolutely.
So from the days at Morgan to we underground snoring, we about to have fun as alcohol hit the organ. My man. So
more bars.
Yeah. Honestly, that just came about. Like I started off writing it or whatever. Then it was like, yo, this is mad long, but it's effective. Like, I'm trying to paint a picture with words on what homecoming was, what homecoming is. You know what I'm saying? Homecoming is that euphoric moment in time, and it's got to be preserved because dealing with life before homecoming and after homecoming, like, yo, that shit be in shambles sometimes. So, like, everybody look forward to homecoming, you know what I'm saying, especially at Morgan State University,
and with it being a black school is so much more important too, because that's a lot of our, like, I had family reunions, but a lot of people, that's the only kind of reunion they had,
and that's what I like to paint the picture of a family reunion, because it's like, yo, if I don't see you at homecoming, that's a whole year gone.
Yeah, because it's like, if nothing random happens, it's another homecoming is when I'm gonna see you again. And you actually hit me with that this year. He's like, hope to see you out there. And I'm like, you will see me out there.
Yeah, because it's just like, yo, like when, like you said earlier, we've been friends 20 plus years. Y'all were the first friends. You and your whole Philly squad were the first set of friends I've had that was outside of Baltimore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was the rare Baltimore guy who stayed on campus, you know what I'm saying? And my father told me, he said, son, you go to Morgan, you're going to stay on campus. I asked him why. He said, listen, man, in order to be great, you got to be able to expand your horizons, you know what I'm saying? So, honestly, you just a local nigga, you know what I mean? So, you meet these people from Philly, D.C., New York, down south, West Coast, the islands. You know what I'm saying? You meet them. You understand their culture, they slang and all that. You know, always be on your P's and Q's before somebody try to give you some Z's. And I'm like, what you mean by that? He was like, yo, listen, even though this is your hometown, you still got, you know, be on your P's and Q's because a nigga will knock you the fuck out here. You know what I'm saying? Just to say I'm from Philly, I knocked this big ass Baltimore nigga out. You know what I'm saying? So it's
shit like that do go down.
It do go down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like from there, it was always had that govern yourself accordingly mindset to where I open my arms to y'all. Y'all open your arms back to me, and this is where I'm at right now.
Cause you led with respect.
Yeah.
Some people lead with love, and that's cool. You led with respect, and it grew to love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had a lot of great energy already with Weez, which is my little bro.
Oh, that's my man.
So if Weez say somebody good, then I'm riding with Weez because even though I know that Weez might not be as street smart as I am, he attracts energy. He's one of those. He's a magnet for good energy.
That's my guy, 100%, man. From that was my first. That was the first guy from Philly I met. And wild story about that was we was in the PACE program. We was both engineers and shit, and we I was walking with him, and that's when I met like Ray. Shit, and what's the other? James.
Yep, JD.
Yep. And what's the other dude that used to be like all the time?
Cheers.
Yeah, him. You know what I'm saying? We was all I was walking with him, and I'll never forget. We said, "Yo, this the young boy Sonny." So when I heard that, it fucked me up when he said that shit because it was like I thought he called me a young bull, like an animal. You know what I'm saying? Because I was big, black,
you're a big
husky.
guy. Right.
I look like a young bull, so I'm like, damn, this nigga done shitted on me. And then all y'all niggas is laughing, so I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm really getting baked. I'm getting baked out here. How the fuck? How do I come back from that? So I'm sizing them up like the Terminator and shit.
This is funny. I ain't know this.
Yeah, I sized them up like the Terminator, whatever. Just looking up down, like, yo, where can I fry this nigga at? You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't going to be no violence because it was too many of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
And not for Weez anyway.
And not from Weez, you know what I'm saying? It was never going to be no violence. So, it wasn't couldn't have been, he ain't get no business because while we're standing here in a circle, 3 people that say, hey, Weez,
hey,
baby.
Weez.
Yeah, did all that shit, right? They looking at me
God.
like I'm the security guard and shit.
I used to be looked at like the muscle too.
Yeah, so it's like, me and you, we would just sit around looking like muscle and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
He used to be the
mayor. So it was Ray who came up to me. He was like, yo, why your face look like that?
That's right.
And I said, yo, I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but yo, did you call me a young bull, like the animal? And then y'all niggas start laughing again. I'm like, God damn, this nigga really called me that shit. And no, he was like, no, that's just Philly slang. That's just like, you know, if you was to say yo, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then that was smooth sailing, you know what I'm saying? But it was just kind of like you said, lead with respect because we men first. Like I don't judge you by what city you from or none of that. I don't do none of that shit because I don't know your story. Everybody got one,
and we ain't all got the same walk. So I don't respect that.
So that's why I was just like, yo, you from Philly? All right, bad from Baltimore. Put that shit to the side.
Right.
Let all that geographical shit. That's nothing. Who are you as a human? Yeah. Because a lot of niggas like to use where they from to vouch for the actions that they had when it don't match.
It don't add up.
That shit don't be mathing. The check don't check. You know what I mean? So that's just how I just came across, man. And I've always been the observant guy because I grew up as the guy where, like, not to say I played the background because I was the big guy. At that time, being a nerd wasn't cool back then, 97, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's at the Urkel and all that.
It was dangerous back then.
It was very dangerous. So it was smart guy, you know what I'm saying? Urkel's gone. He done changed the Urkel and shit. Then you got smart guy, he the little nigga. And this my big black ass and shit. So it's like, I always played, not necessarily the background, but I just want to observe niggas, see how they move and how they shaking. And it's kind of like, all right, I can vibe with that. Bet.
Oh, so I passed the test. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's like a litmus test, like to see how shit go. But I was the guy that I was able to go anywhere, and not necessarily leech on to nobody, but it just be like, yo, if I was around some New York niggas, it's all love, and with Philly, DC, wherever, it was just because I'm just that genuine guy. Like I'm just trying to provide I just try to be that beacon of light to everybody. You
but
know
that's
what I'm saying?
smart though, and like
Yeah,
your pop told you right.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is, he was the first poet. I didn't even realize.
Oh
he
yeah,
was
my
one
father
of,
got bars.
Pop was one of the last poets.
Yeah,
but
my pops got,
I remember first time it was a cafeteria staff person that didn't really dig me for some reason.
Yeah.
And we was out back and we was sitting out there and he was sitting with Dirt. And
shout out Dirt.
you know, that's my guy.
Yeah, shout out.
And he like, yo, you know, that's like my brother. Like, why y'all looking at each other like that? Like, y'all both, you know how it go.
Yeah.
And he like, no man, he cool. I used to just think like he used to think you was Mr. Bitches or something.
Duh.
You talking about not understanding slangs, bro. I used to act like I was a bitch. What did you just say to me?
Exactly.
What?
Like when you said that just now, I'm like, oh, this nigga about to get sold.
Because you got my temperament back then, bro.
You had to be left. So you the lefty, like niggas don't know that. So it's like
it's coming.
The left is coming quicker than the right. You know what I mean? So it was just like, oh,
and it was
that
crazy.
sounded bad just by you telling.
Just
that.
the way he said it, and you know they both. And mind you, I'm looking at somebody that I'm pretty sure is working here on probation or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't sweet.
Yeah.
And they like, no. And Dirt tried to break it down. And then, so basically what it was every time he seen me or us, it was women around.
Yeah,
so y'all think y'all players or y'all think y'all get hoes is how it was explained to me. Mm-hmm. But to say you think you Mr. Bitch, that sound like hating.
Yo, see, that's a good thing you brought that up. So a lot of times people like to say, the root of all that is jealousy, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a step further than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at it from a tree perspective, you got the roots, right? Mm-hmm. So you got the roots, and from those roots bear fruit. So in this situation, jealousy was more of the fruit. The root of it was a rejection. And here's why it was the rejection. Because it's probably one or two broads that he wanted, but he saw they was always with y'all guys.
We went through that a lot.
Yeah, y'all was y'all. But see, that's the thing. It wasn't. I think, but since we were so young, we didn't have enough knowledge, and so the first thing you went to was like, "What the fuck this nigga got that I don't?"
But now you understanding, like, I serve up for you, for real, like, and not even in a bad way, but like, I put a bid in for you. That's the homegirl.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, niggas see, but because you got so jealous, you missed out
on that opportunity,
on that blessing for real. So
because you could have been at the house party,
easy,
and you know them house parties was legendary
because I was there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And it wasn't everybody wasn't there.
No,
we ain't invite no dudes.
No,
at all.
No, you didn't.
We did. We had enough. It's 20 of us.
Right. Then it was always like that low, like, all right, it was Sonny here. It's kind of like, who? But it was never like who invited the nigga, but it was kind of like, all right, now we reached our quota. You know what I'm saying?
But Sonny used to, I remember he used to come through, show love, used to bring shit, used to try to pay, all of that shit. Like, certain dudes, I used to get to the door, it'd be $5 to get in the house party, and dude would give me the $5 and then pull out 3 bottles and be like, 2 of these is yours, I'm gonna take this one. Like, it used to be love back then.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what it's about, because I mean, when, like you said, we was at a black school, we are the majority. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, we the minority, we know the shit that goes down with that being the minority, so it's just like, yo, it's always gonna be love from that standpoint, so that's just like, you know, because you didn't have to invite me. You didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you wasn't invited no motherfucking body.
Y'all was letting us come to Monopoly night and all that shit, though.
Yeah, you was.
I was drinking 40s with my Ja Rule braids, half in, half out.
Yeah. That shit was a good time. So it was just like one of those things where you got to put all that other bullshit, whatever man shit to the side. Like, it's just all about having a good time. You know what I mean? But that's why I was saying earlier with the whole root and the fruit, a lot of that is you not knowing, you're afraid to get to know yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with the whole root of rejection, that's a powerful root because that branches out into a whole bunch of other different fruits. So you got the jealousy one, you got the envy one, you got the competition, you got the self-defense on something. So it's always like, well, if somebody says something, you automatically self-defense more. Why? Because you got rejected at some point in time, so now you always ready to knuckle up. You're always ready to rumble. When it's not even that serious. And I learned that the hard way because, I mean, I got joked a lot as a kid, and it wasn't until I started knocking a couple niggas out. So niggas was like, oh, what Big say, Big man, we never try, so we roll with
And then
him.
that becomes the way.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But my father again said, yo, son, that's not the... He was like, listen, you got to defend yourself. Go ahead. Let it, just throw him. But to initiate that, that's not smooth because you never want somebody to know that they got power over you mentally. You know what I'm saying? Because...
And you'll never get a fair fight.
Never.
You'll never get a fair fight.
No, never. It's been a lot of times where it was like, oh shit,
Fareed will fight you, but he picking up a brick.
Fareed will fight me.
Fareed this big.
Right, Fareed will fight me and then he'll do it, you know, but see, I'm more of a brawler. So all that 1-2 slip shit he be doing, I'll be like, oh man, what the fuck? And I be boxing with him too. So I mean,
you
now
you went a couple times to the boxing joint?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I used to box with him for a while.
That's what's up. That's a workout.
Yeah, but the kids, school schedules and all that, when the fall hit, that shit had to change a little bit. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into it, definitely in summertime. But no, it was just like you had to, you know, you just had to be on standby. But my father was saying, like, look, just learn how to joke. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to use your words effectively because one day you gonna swing on the wrong nigga, then you gonna be the big nigga that got knocked out, and that's the last shit you want. You can't be the big black nigga that got knocked out. You thought you ain't getting no bitches before. You ain't never getting no bitches now, knowing you the big black nigga that's getting dropped. So he was just kind of like, you know, if you ever gotta defend yourself, go for it. But you know, just learn how to use your words, learn how to make, you know, jokes and shit from it. So I was just like, all right, I learned that method. But you know,
my mom told me to learn how to laugh at myself.
Yeah, like that's.
She said, learn how to laugh at yourself.
That's key.
And also, if they going at you and you're laughing, if it's not effective, they move on.
Right.
And then after that, I started hanging with one of my best friends around 11, 12 years old, and he was funny. And I used to realize, like, he was insecure and he had a lot of things that he didn't have a lot of things that other people had, so he was the butt of a lot of people's jokes.
Yeah,
but he used to shoot back so crazy that I was like, word.
Yeah, that's where I had to learn to shoot back. But when I shot back, it was with the Uzi. While they was coming with it at the 9, I was just like, you know, get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't like water guns. I'm pulling out the hose.
Yeah, so it's one of those. But then I had to learn balance because I was annihilating niggas, and it'd be unfair. I thought it was just me, but you know, maybe it's just me being overweight. But
it's funny.
But no, I used to annihilate niggas to the point where I know I lost relationships. I know I even lost opportunities with women because I annihilated them, and because it was more of that rude rejection, like. Because you made fun of me, not knowing that you were joking, not knowing that you were trying to get an extra layer of me, my defense mechanism was, I'm an attack because you're never going to do this again. Especially when I never saw you do that with other niggas. So that's where
that's
the
crazy.
extra root of rejection comes in because it's like, you don't do that shit with other niggas. So why is it when I come around and it's a crowd and it's women, now you want to be Cat Williams and shit. So it's like, all right, okay. Now you want to do this shit. Okay, let me show you why I will roast the shit out of you.
That's why I always live by EGI. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. And it's lighthearted. Like,
and it's all love. Like, it's never nothing personal. But at the same time,
it can get crazy. And like you said, it's variables.
There.
Because, like, as a squad, it's a lot of us. And half of us are retarded. Like, always joking.
Yeah. Y'all some joking ass niggas.
Like you said, there will be women around. We had to tell each other, like, bro, you can't really be grinding each other up because even if you could do it to me, you might can't do it to him without him taking it personally.
Exactly.
And we don't have the right to be drawn on each other in public, so he might just hold that and you never even know he felt some type of way about that, and that don't need to be a theme or a thing because that spirals.
Yeah, it does. And it spirals in a way that, you know, you don't...
And you don't know where it came from. He forgot where it came from.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's where the jealousy, the envy, the competition come in, because now it's like, now I got to try to one-up you on everything when it's never...
Just because I feel this just been glitch.
It could have just been like, yo, Jay, I didn't like it when you said something about, you know, my shit.
And this happened.
Blah, blah, blah. But I would rather do that than hold a grudge, and then when you need me in the clutch, I ain't there because of some joke that you made.
That was light.
That was dumb. Dumb shit. You know
but these are things that are important. And like you said, using your words and learning the balance of that shit is just part of growth because You got to do the same thing in life, in business. Like you get into the real world. People say stuff that you don't really understand often.
No.
And not because you ignorant, just because you don't really know where that came from or what their aim is.
Like, what's your intention when you do this? Because I got a bazooka in the tuck, so before I blow this whole shit. And that was the thing that I learned, is that when I shot my shot, it was a bazooka, so I blew everything around me, so it was no comeback.
You burned the bridge down too.
I burnt the bridge. I did all that. The bridge, the boat. The water now contaminated.
No more
shit.
Rations.
No, it's like, what was it on Oregon Trail and shit? I give niggas that. Y'all niggas got Oregon Trail fucking with me.
Yo, that's,
you know what I'm
funny,
saying?
Man.
Just so I could prove a point that I ain't no sucker. But it was.
I spent way too many hours of my life on Oregon Trail.
Who didn't?
As a kid.
Who didn't like that? But that's how you know the area that you grew up in.
That's funny though.
Bring up Oregon Trail, you know what it is.
That's funny, especially like because now I don't even play video games. Like I haven't got a game system since Sega.
Ooh.
And I don't judge people that play them because it's cool. I just went outside and like we didn't have portable games, and I just completely fell out of love with in the house stuff.
Yeah, all the outside the outside world.
It's basketball, it's bikes, it's girls. Come in the house, try to stay ahead of everybody on the music tip. You got to know the exclusive joint to learn the rhyme. You know, shit. That's the shit I cared about.
Yeah, that was one of those things where it was the outside world as we knew it is different than what it is now. So yeah, back in the day, you had to go outside till you smelt like outside,
bro.
And then you came back in the house, went back to smelling like outside again. You know what I mean? So that was just an everyday thing. So yeah, that's where most of your memories as a kid came up. It wasn't really till you got to school you start playing Oregon Trail and shit. We wasn't playing that shit back home. And
Never
shit.
played it at home.
You was playing basketball, football, whatever. You know what I mean? So tag, all that.
When the sun go down, hide and go seek and manhunt was the best shit in the world. You can play that shit for hours.
Yeah, and it was a sense of community back then. So everybody looked out for each other.
You knew whose steps you had to stay off of. You couldn't hide behind certain people's cars.
You knew what it was. Everybody looked out for each other. But nowadays, that don't happen. So it's like now the sense of community is gone. It's just every man for himself.
But the same way that we reminisce on those times is the same thing that you bring with the vlog.
I appreciate it.
And now explain it. What it's called? It's called. What's the title?
Oh, the title of it that was just some homecoming shit. Like,
what's the title of the whole thing?
Okay, so the homecoming shit that would be from a sunnytale.com or whatever. But as far as the podcast that I was with,
that's the pod we was gonna get to the pod. Yeah.
Fatherhood Project. Shout out my brother Calvet on this, right? Because he's the brains of that operation. You know what I'm saying? Like I was the guy. Shout out his wife too, Tahira, for even selecting me on that, because I was never a part of that.
Calvet, good people.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Good brother for real.
40 Cali vet. That's my guy.
Yep. But he approached me with the idea to do it, and I was just like, fuck it, I got stories to tell. I think I tell them pretty alright to where other people can relate. So that was his brainchild. So like I even asked him, like, before I do this, yo, is it cool? Because I don't want nobody to think we broke up or it's some beef or no bullshit like that. Because it's not, scheduling was just a little difficult to do something together. So he was like, yo, go ahead, go ham. So I felt like I had to go extra hard on this one to do that. But yeah, with the Fatherhood Project, it's just two black fathers talking about the shit that we go through. I go through a lot of shit with my kids, man. I got 4 kids. Morgan, who's 13, Reed, who's 9, Hannah, 8, JoJo, who's 4. I go through a lot of them with that. I don't know, like they bad kids, but yo, like the thing about me as I'm getting older, I'm learning to become more vulnerable. I was scared to do that because I was, a lot of people like to.
Kids will bring it at you.
A lot of people like to be, when you vulnerable, that's when people like to try to use that against you. So it was like your
get manipulated sometimes.
Yes, but to my, like Reed and Hannah, 2 of my kids, they both on the spectrum with autism, right? So my youngest daughter, Hannah, she got more than autism. Like she got a whole brain disorder. So it's
God
like, So it's like ADHD, anxiety, autism. It's like this whole, at one point it was lead poisoning, but we got that checked out.
Right.
So her blood is fine on that. But
good.
you know, they in the regular classroom and all that shit, you know what I mean? They doing well. They want her to graduate high school. I want her to graduate high school. I want them to live the best life they can. So I think by doing that podcast with Calvin, it just let people know, like, yo, y'all not alone, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit, it made me more vulnerable than I ever been because I didn't ask for that shit.
Yeah. Nobody,
like, if any parent in their right mind say they want a kid with a disability, they fucking lying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody asked for that. Like, I didn't ask for that, but guess what? You know what I mean? This is when I had to learn more about who I was from a spiritual perspective because I had to know that I can't do this by myself. Like, that tough guy shit, that shit got to go. Like, I gotta go to my higher power. I gotta go to...
Because God gave you the child that needed you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's like a lot of people don't... A lot of parents would fail in the situation that I'm in, and I'm definitely not better than the next man.
I worked with kids on the spectrum whose parents couldn't.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, so that shit is a humbling moment. I don't really talk about it as much. Like, I don't want it to be where it's like my son wearing a t-shirt, I got autism. Like, no, I want you
never want to stick him with that. Right?
Yeah, I'm not sticking him with that, but it is what it is. So some of the things that he does, because with him, that's more like social skills. Mm-hmm. So he wants the friends, but he just, something in his brain just not connected. So I try to take him with me everywhere that I go, introduce him to people, like, and it'd be the basic shit, like, yo, when you shake that nigga hand, you close the grip that. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like that's basic shit, but to him,
yeah, it's a different thing.
That's advanced. So when he do it, it's like he feel like he that nigga. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want him to feel. Like, absolutely. I don't want him to feel that way. But yeah, so it's just dealing with that. It's just dealing with, just dealing with my daughter having the brain disorder. Because at one point it was like, yo, is it fucking me? Like, is it my, like,
a lot of parents go through that.
Where the fuck
I
did
think
that
most
shit
parents
come
go
from?
through that part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, but it was like, instead of saying why me, I had to, God hit me with the why not you. Like, why do you feel like why you can't face no adversity? Like, who the fuck are you to think that you can't face that? But if you praise me like you say you do, yeah, the good times is cool. Yeah, you dapping up, Sam Malone at homecoming and all that shit. That's one thing. But go home and praise me now, knowing that your kids got this disorder, you got this situation to where you gonna have to deal with this the rest of your life.
Absolutely. You
know what I mean? How will you handle that? And I think Fatherhood Project gave me that opportunity to spread the story, but also spread positivity about it. Because, like I said, I ain't answer that shit. My wife ain't answer that shit. And yeah, we gonna trash through it. You know what I'm saying?
What's the your favorite conversation that y'all were able to have on the Fatherhood Project?
Probably. It's so many. I think the first one, when I was just able to even just open up about fatherhood from my perspective and being able to feel better about myself now that I did that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just something where I wasn't, and then just telling stories about the silly shit my kids have done and what his kids have done. Like, now my son, he learning how to roast and shit, but when he roasted, he at that annihilate stage.
I'm about to say, like you.
Yeah, so he was like, he, right now he got he got big front teeth and shit right now, and we working on the braces and shit. We definitely are. So hey Reed, we getting that showing shit straight. But no, nigga called it SpongeBob and shit, and then another dude started laughing, and he turned to the other nigga and was like, I know your motherfucking ass ain't laughing. And the whole shit shut down. Like, oh shit. Like, oh, we ain't even know Shorty had it in him. And everybody left him alone. Ain't nobody bother him. So he went and told me the story, because he was upset with himself Well, he thought I was gonna be upset with him because he used that language. I said, yo, we can use different language, like, yo, size them up, fry them, but don't, you don't gotta do that because you put yourself in a zone where you might have to defend yourself because what you said.
Yeah, you started the ball rolling.
Where I come from, where you come from, you say shit like that, there's a hand coming swiftly. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like.
There's no shock.
Thought.
Yeah.
There's no shock value. It's just I'm just Draymond Green.
This is where we are.
So this is where we at now. Like, so
this is
bow.
It's a
so
party.
There you go. You know
it's
what
a
I'm
party.
But so I taught him a little shit, brought him around my brothers and shit. Like, yo, this is what you gotta say in this situation. So it's just like dealing with that or just dealing with. I think the funniest one was we were driving home. Somebody painted on their wall, "Do you eat ass?"
Oh, shit.
I said, "Oh, wow."
Wow.
But it caught me off guard because I didn't see it. Because it says, "Eat ass, pray," and then something else.
Mm-hmm.
So my son, reads, said, "Hey, Dad, you eat ass?" I said, what the fuck you just say out your mouth? Like, what the fuck you know what I mean? So I'm getting upset. My oldest daughter Morgan like, no, look at the sign.
You read the thing, right.
I'm like, damn. I read the sign. I said, no.
I don't participate.
No. So scratch number one, but pray first. Like, before you do all that. I don't know why eating ass is before praying. The
logistics of it is all strange.
All of it. That's Strangest Things, Volume 5, right there. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like.
But that's shit. Hilarious. Like, just randomly, like, you eat ass? Like, what?
That's a random ass question. And then when you look at the origin of it, it's right there on the wall. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, what are y'all niggas doing? But I think it's just being able to come amongst two black men that grow that have known each other 20 plus years. That's another guy I've known 20 years.
Yep.
And it's just like, yo. Like, I've known, the wild shit about this whole thing about life right now is that a lot of niggas that I've met when I was 17, I'm close now, and I'm almost 39. I'm closer with some of y'all more than I am with my actual family. There ain't no diss to them. No. It's just that we related by blood, but we're related by just life itself, man. Like, that's just
we chose each other.
Yeah,
we had the option. We could have picked anybody.
Yeah, we could have picked anybody. Just like yet you picked me.
The odds of me having the squad I had out there, and to this day. Yeah. Like, bro, till this day, it's 15 to 30 of us at everything that you see us at. Yeah. And y'all it's love. Y'all brotherhood is something else. Bro, the odds, and some of us are assholes, so it ain't always easy. Yeah, of course. And I'm one of the assholes, so I'm saying it in a real way. But, like, bro, that is just like, I picked the right people. We picked the right, like, we was born, this is bigger than us at some point because everybody had a part. Like, everybody I met came with 3 people. Like, I met Reed. He had Black, Red, and what's the name?
Shout out to Red Ron, man.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Shout out to, that's the guy that Dope Tribe Worldwide, the guy that does the Hella Black, Hella Proud. So
Hella Black, Hella Loud too now.
Exactly, with the shrooms and all that. But before that, Red Ron. So shout out to you, man.
That's my guy,
doing your shit right. Like,
and that's another thing. Man. So many of my guys I'm proud of. Yeah. Like, and it ain't even shit that, like, none of us, we joke when we with each other. And if it's time to talk about trying to make a move together, we'll discuss business, which is beautiful. But a lot of times we just see it. Like, oh shit, you doing your thing. Like, we don't talk about that as much, but I'm proud of all of them.
Yeah, like, we proud of each other. Like, that's why I'm here today.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. Like, you on episode 100, whatever.
Yeah, we damn near at a deuce. We had 178 or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And for me to be a part of that, it's kind of like, that's a very humbling experience. Not that I think low of myself, but the fact you think high of me.
Well, I mean,
to where you like, you know what? Let me put you on my platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I think that being as though you know your voice. Yeah. And you are more vocal than you grow to be more and more vocal the older you get. Yeah, so you're comfortable with the fact that now, like, bro, you're a celebrity at homecoming not just because of what you did in college, but because of the words that you write before homecoming.
Yeah.
Like,
that shit is weird. That shit is weird.
Crazy, bro.
It's a weird feeling though.
It's the regular love, and then it's the yo, you killed that.
Yeah, it's weird
like,
because my wife said something to me. She was like, "Who the fuck is this girl talking about? It's homecoming week, so it ain't complete till you say something like, who the fuck is these motherfuckers?" You know what I'm saying?
That shit matters. To how many classes read it?
Yeah, it was just like, damn. I didn't even look at it. I didn't look at it from that perspective. So I was just like, shit. Let's get in the lab. Let's do something. So it's like, let me break this shit down. But if anything, govern yourself accordingly, man. Like, that's just the life mantra. That's your mission.
I'm about to say that's the bottom line. Anyway,
bottom line in life.
All of this is about to happen, and you gonna feel like this, and you gonna move like this, and this is gonna happen. But govern yourself accordingly,
man. Govern yourself accordingly. Like, that's just how you need to live life. Just govern yourself accordingly, because it just puts you in. You don't want to put yourself in a lot of self-inflicted situations. You know what I'm saying? Because you trying to play the tough guy, or you want to play like I'm that nigga, or
you want to be lover boy or lover girl because it's homecoming. Like,
don't
don't mess up life for one day, baby.
Yo, do not get on child support
because of homecoming.
Because of that breast to chest, and then you wanted to do the synchronized leg lift. Yo, you're not an Alvin Ailey dancer. Yo, cut that bullshit out, man.
Hilarious.
Don't do that dumb shit, man. Just be you, but have fun with it. Cause
fair warning. Have a great time, safely, responsibly.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'll give you a rule for next year right now. While we here.
Let's do it.
Avoid petty arguments with your significant other during homecoming day.
Oh, yeah.
And here's what I mean by that. Fellas, you getting all nice and cleaned up, you shaved up and all that. Your girl on the phone with her homegirls, and she say some shit like, "Where you think you going? It ain't like you getting
over here trying to get cute for this homecoming."
Yeah, like, it ain't like you getting no bitches anyway. Right, fellas, stop right there. So when she says that, just keep moving. Play Madden, 2K, whatever, because you could have responded with, "I did get you, didn't I, bitch?" You could have said that, right? Fellas, you fucking up your homecoming off the bat. Some of y'all can say, "Don't do that.
Your girlfriend been on my hook," but not, that's
you know
not
what I'm
smart.
saying? Like, yo, you fucking around. It's gonna be a summer threes, and you ain't gonna be there. You don't know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? So avoid that petty argument. But ladies, that go for you too, though, right? So you getting all nice, you get your nails done, your hair and all that shit done. You got the outfit on, and you pull out a Telfair bag or Telfar, whatever the fuck, that big ass bag with the T on it.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it neither, but I know the symbol.
Whatever that shit is.
I thought it was tree torn, but no, it ain't.
I don't know, but whatever it is, it come out. You be like,
right.
where the fuck you get that from? It's only 6 of them in the whole 7 continents, and you pulling out this big motherfucker. Now, the fuck you get that? You know what I'm saying?
And you about to just drive to Baltimore with that on you and just
right. So now she gonna run to Baltimore. She gonna run the homecoming like Tina Turner did when she ran to that hotel and shit. Minus the ass whooping, because I don't condone the physical, domestic violence shit. But yo, avoid petty arguments, man. But the week during homecoming, the week prior, all that, because Trix and Zeke's gonna have their parties. Who you gonna link up with when you get on the tailgate and all that. Yo, avoid all that petty shit.
Shout out to Trix.
Yeah, man, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Avoid petty arguments. So you got your first exclusive 2023 homecoming rule. Avoid petty arguments in general. Just avoid that shit. But definitely with your significant other, because you want to come to homecoming with the mindset of love, not war, because
not trying to get back, because that's when you fellas, that's when niggas want to get stupid and do the breast to chest hug, and then it's the forehead kiss, and then it's you whisper in the air like, come on, Donnie Simpson, cut that dumb shit out. And you're not gonna pull out because you feel like you know her.
Exactly, and don't think they don't know you or the girl. Like, you know how many times people ask me where my wife was but didn't speak to me though? Like, come on, man, don't do that shit, yo.
They be on it.
They be on it.
They stalk your page. They know what you making.
They know. They fucking know everything. They waiting for you to fuck up. Like I told the story on the last shit with Weeds. Like, that shit was the wildest shit I ever seen. Shorty really was like, yo, Where your wife at? Now mind you, we paying respect to Miss G and shit. You know, rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
Rest
Miss
in
G.
peace to Miss G, man. Rest in peace, Lefty.
I couldn't make that joint.
Yeah, rest in peace to Lefty. Rest in peace to Wack. Rest in peace
Rest
to
in
everybody.
peace, Lefty. Rest in peace, Wack. God.
We done lost a lot of people.
Rest in peace. Yo, man.
Yo, we done lost a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace, Lie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
Keep money in your prayers.
Yeah, man, you gotta, for the amount of people that we've lost in that time frame, homecoming is just such a sacred
That's why
time
that shit is like a breath of fresh air, bro.
Yeah.
I get to breathe y'all.
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy because now, similar to your experience, now that people see like, oh, he killed that and this, that, I'm getting a lot of, yo, keep doing your thing, yo.
Exactly.
I see what you're doing out here, yo.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's so reassuring when it takes a lot to do day-to-day shit, let alone an extracurricular for the people. It takes a lot. Even if you're doing it with the best intentions, you have to like plan everything around
so
that
it's
because you don't want it to be raggedy.
Yeah, because now people are expecting it. People want to be like, yo. Some people might listen to it like, yo, this nigga fell off. Or somebody be like, oh, this nigga done went a whole nother level. Like, so when I sent the last shit out, everybody was like, yo, you really killed that shit. And I'm sitting in my mind, different. Like, damn, it really was different to you?
The Facebook page was going nuts.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when I did it was just kind of like, yo.
But I'm telling you,
I might have did something with
you
this
literally
one.
Built up the mad skills momentum. Like, you literally, it's a
yeah.
time of year before the big day that we're waiting on you to say something, or you know what I mean? That's associated with the big day that we're waiting on you to do your thing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that shit is like, I remember watching old movies back in the 80s when they had those pirate radio stations.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And the cops used to be trying to find them and all of that. But all these kids in this little town would wait until whatever time you decided to come on to hear you wild out and play some shit and do some shit that nobody else was doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar, yo.
I mean, that shit is...
when you think about it, because we older, so we do it our way. We reading this shit at work. We reading this shit on a train. We reading these things late night in bed next to our husbands' wives, and we chuckling, and they like, what the hell is this person reading that is so crazy? And you like, yo, if only you were there.
Right.
But you can still relate to half of it.
Right, and that's where I'm going at. Like, I want you to relate to
if you
where
went to
I was.
Morgan, all I got to do is say, I'm so glad, and you going to follow up.
Yep.
But there's other things where it's just universally, oh, that's love.
Yeah, like, I think when I did it, when I do it, it's one of those things. I just want to paint the picture of.
But you really paint the whole yard. Like, bro, like, I don't, like, bro, you know I rap.
Of course.
I write all type of music outside of just rap music. I participate in all type of shit.
Yeah.
I know how to motherfucking draw a picture. But just like any rapper, you know, there's always a Biggie. There's always a Nas. There's always a Jay. They all tell stories. Then there's Slick Ricks. You know what I mean? Like, there's levels to this, to the way that even when you pen nice, there's certain pens, Rick Ross. There's certain ones where you feel like you in the car when the motherfuckers say they in the car. And that's how your joint is. Mine is more like, I get that. I can see that. That makes sense. They next to you like, nigga.
Yeah.
Can we stop for backwoods?
Yeah. Let's go to Northwood gas station real quick. Let's cop that white tea. You know what I'm saying? Get the little snack and shit, because after you get the backwood, you hungry.
Chicken box.
Yeah,
get your chicken box or your Stokos.
Stokos, the Sonnies with the whole.
Spent way too much money with Stokos. And loved every minute of it.
Yeah, got to. But I think when I do it, it was just like, I just want to paint a picture. But it's like one of those things where I just want you to experience something with me, because it was like the way that I grew up, the way life has been since college. It's like, yo, in this moment in time, I just want y'all to go in this time capsule with me. You know what I'm saying? Just reflect on this.
But it's a reset too, because it's long enough to where you're kind of like meditating on it. Like you're getting in the mode of what you're reading, but it's not long enough to where you have to put it down like a book. Yeah, it's like you go there.
That's why I was
and
like,
then you like, yes, homecoming.
Yeah, that's
you know
why
what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, that's like, you know, somebody, I forgot who gave me the idea.
I got an idea.
Put it on Spotify.
I got an idea.
What's the idea?
Get with somebody if you need to. Add visuals to it.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I'm with it.
make it a visual thing. It doesn't have to be movie documentary. It could be flicks, random pictures, random images that represent the things that you're talking about while you're going through it. Similar to like when Tyson did the one man show and all the pictures popped up behind him. It was relative to what he was saying. Yeah. So it'll be your voice because we need your voice because you have a perfect voice to narrate.
I appreciate
you have a narrative
voice. A couple other people said that, and
no,
I was like, yo,
I
don't know. But
I had a coach back in the day, and we was young, and my coach said, yo, I don't think y'all realize something about Biggie. And we looking at him like, what's this old nigga about to tell us about Biggie?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he like, you know, in Africa, in tribes and in communities, there's elders and there's certain people that never speak, but they know the history of the tribe and of the area and everything that went on. Yeah. And when they speak, the drums play. And the people dance, and the torches is lit, and they don't speak until it's that.
God, damn,
and when they speak,
that's fire.
Everybody listens.
Yeah,
it's an inflection. Yeah. It's a pain. It's a deepness. All of those things come across in their voice because they were the person that was chosen to hold all of this information and disperse it to the people.
Ooh.
You have a similar gift in that. To that.
That shit is wild. And the reason why I say it's wild.
Is it wrong as it applies to Biggie? That makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes all sense. That's why it's wild.
Do you see how it applies to you?
Yeah, I see that. And it's like it's one of those things where I feel like I experienced a lot of shit, but I did not have like the OG to kind of like put his arm around me, explain the way that certain things should be conducted. Like, I found out a lot of shit just through experience, through street shit, and a lot of it turned into an alternate reality. So it was kind of like, you know what I mean, just getting back to just the Almighty and how he kind of steered me in a different direction. So it was kind of like, you know, I felt now that I'm older, it feel like I was hidden from certain things, not because I wasn't ready for that, but
you were being protected.
I was being protected because the assignment
reserved.
I was reserved because the assignment, whatever assignment that I have on earth while I'm here, at that time, God was like, let me prep you for this. So certain things, certain parties, certain women, certain things that you wanted or certain things that you saw other people doing, I'm going to hold off on that with you. Not because you know lame or nothing. You a cool ass guy. You're at the spot. I'm at the spot now where people are telling me they want to be around me to hear me, which is wild.
Bro,
that shit is
you can get paid to speak because all you need is a topic.
Yeah.
But I'll do you one better though.
Well, let's hear it.
You weren't necessarily protected from the violence in the streets or whatever have you.
Not because I still dealt with it, but
you're super absorbent. You take so much shit in that you were protected from yourself.
Yes.
Because you didn't have to be in the middle of everything to grasp it.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so at a certain point, it's like if you're there, you taking in a whole lot of other things that you don't even need because what you need to be able to speak is where you're at now. That's a fucking
bar, man. That's some real.
But that relates back to what I was saying about the elders.
Yeah, it does.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like no, we no. What he need? Make sure he good. He can stay over there. We gonna go hunt. We gonna go do the shit. We gonna go have the talks with them people because he don't even do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? He not there to break up no wars or nothing.
No.
He's there to be the journal for our society.
Yeah.
He's there to say, yo, this is why this is this way. This is how this came from. This is the ways that we can fix things. These are the things that have happened that people overlook when they want to judge things conveniently.
Right. And so like I like to provide that fresher perspective on things, and you know
you do it well, bro.
I appreciate that.
Salute to you, man.
Salute to you, bro.
You do it very well, bro.
Oh, man, I'm gonna toast that.
Yeah, I'll drink to you any day.
Already. But nah, man, I just want to provide that fresher perspective because like you said, I've dealt with a lot, seen a lot, shit I should have never seen,
Yeah.
And that's not to be like, oh, I'm just
You
this.
can't get to our age growing up in Baltimore, Philly, and ain't seen shit.
Right. So like
It's impossible.
It's right. So it's like
I could drive you around the corner, you gonna see some shit.
yeah, I saw some shit while I was driving. So I was just like, yeah, it's very similar to
Where you come from.
Where I'm
but
from,
that's how I
so-
felt out there. I felt like
that's how I feel when I drove out here. Like the girl, like I was on the wrong street. I was on the wrong block, and the girl was like, "Can I help you with something?" And I told her what it was, and I was like, "Oh," she was like, "Yeah, you on the other side," but it was like the housing, everything. It was just very similar to what
them porches look the same.
It does. So it was just like, oh,
Low
shit.
ass blocks.
Yeah, so it was
Right
just
next
like,
to the big block that the world runs through.
Yep.
And don't care about what's on the little block.
Yeah, so man, I just feel like I was, like you said, I was preserved in a way that certain things I don't want to.
You don't need that shit,
I don't
bro.
need it because of what it does to me, and that's like that now. Cause like me and my wife, we be going through some shit, like just on the spiritual realm. You know, we both are designed to do something great, so therefore there will be triggers from the enemies. Like if you believe in God, then you believe
You're an
in
alpha
the devil.
male with an alpha female.
Yeah,
You're two strong spirits.
Yeah. So when you know, if you believe in God, then you believe that there's a devil. You believe there's something that's trying to deter you from that relationship with your higher power. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like me and my wife. We've gone through some shit to where like we was like, yo, ain't nobody else going through this shit. Yo, like what the fuck is going on? Like
They are. How many people are being real with themselves or even
yeah,
you?
and that's the thing. Like, and my thing is, I want to be real with you because I want y'all to know I did not get through this shit by myself. Like, I had a higher power guide me in such a way to where people like you, people like, shout out my brother Drizzlo, man.
My guy.
Good Jesus
That's my
Christ.
OG. I've been blessed to have
Yeah,
Driz in my
yeah.
life since I was a teenager.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
And then I went
the
to
noobs
Morgan
from
and he
Philly,
was there.
like all the noobs from Philly, man.
Randy, my guy
Shout
Randy.
out Randy, my man
Izzy.
Izzy, newborn,
Yep,
black,
newborn,
you know what I'm
yep.
saying? Like these, you know what I'm saying?
All powerful black men in their own ways too.
Yeah,
like
man.
I love how they move, man.
Yeah, yo, just shout out, man. AI Noops, man. Morgan State, 10 Legends. You
Fuck
know
that
what it
heavy
is,
shit, man.
Sonny Barstool,
And that's another
man.
thing. Traditionally, people wouldn't assume you to be a Kappa. They would assume you to be a Q
Yeah, I get
or
that a lot. I get that a lot.
something else.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
get that a lot. Like that should be. It's cool though. Like I never take offense to it. You know what I'm saying? Like
because I don't. Well, hold on. First
go
of all,
go ahead. Speak your shit.
I don't want you to feel like you should take offense to it. Because
I never do.
We come from a generation where we realized that some of the stereotypes and some of the actions of those it was bullshit, and we over it.
Yeah.
So we need people in good organizations. Period.
Yeah. So
You know
that's
what I
one of
mean?
those
And that's
things
what
where
it's
it's
about.
like,
Yeah.
like I don't take no offense.
No,
to
you
that
shouldn't.
shit.
I don't
never-
ever want you to think that way.
No,
But
never. It's no offense.
can I tell you something?
What's up?
I don't really tell people. I got recruited
Yeah.
by every fraternity
Yeah.
and non-Greek organization on campus.
Yeah.
And when I was in different ways, like different
course.
people,
Of
different
course.
situations, and it was weird. And you know why they did it?
Of course.
Because I was with 30 people.
Yeah.
And they looked at me as one of the heads. So they
Yeah.
felt like if they got me, you get like
Everybody
8 of
follow.
them.
Yeah, easy.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
And I get it. But bro, that shit was like being a basketball recruit. Like everybody, I had old heads even threaten me into getting into their shit.
Yeah, that's one of them.
OG
things.
Marv said,
yeah,
I can't wait to fuck you up. I said, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, that's that. Like
He said, you one of us, man. You just wait. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, man. Shout out to AI, 10 Legends, man. Shout out my brothers, man.
You know what's
Rob.
crazy though too?
Yeah.
Y'all reset the Morgan State campus presence.
Yeah.
Is that did you feel like that when you was getting on?
When I got
Did you
on-
understand that like they
No, I didn't.
They
I
weren't
didn't.
allowed on campus for years in that way.
I didn't understand.
All of our
it.
fraternities and sororities basically was blocked up until we got there.
I didn't like. I mean, I come from a lot of my family went to Morgan, so it was nothing for that. Like I think the oldest was my grandmother's oldest sister. I think
God
she
bless
went.
her.
Yeah, she lived to
She's
be
a
like
Morganite?
Yeah, I think
Heavy.
when Morgan was on Maryland Avenue.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
See,
so it's a spot. If you're driving on North Avenue, North in Maryland, there's a certain spot where all the teachers took their classes at. I think this was in like the 1920s or 30s or something. So that's how far back my family go.
I'm looking at that spot next time I'm out there.
Yeah, that's as far back.
Because I want to see how big the space is.
Yeah, that's how far back my family go. You know, what
y'all
I'm saying?
heavy. You should have went for free.
Yeah, we have.
Well, you was an engineer. You might have went for free anyway.
I started going for free. Then I started fucking around. Lost that, but yeah.
And we do have the best engineering program.
Oh yeah, hands down. It's no disputing that.
No bullshit. Bill Clinton came there, and it's been upgraded since then.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things where my whole. I'm trying to think. Off the top, is about 15, 20 of us from my family went to Morgan.
Well, that makes sense because that's like if somebody's whole family went to Temple.
Yeah. So,
but it's a blessing because it's a black college y'all talking about. That's dope. That's dope.
And then I went to engineering. I stayed on campus and all that shit. But like you were saying about the whole Greek present, it was refreshing because you looked at the Greek present like all you saw was school days. You seen the episodes on Different World and shit, and then you see us actually in it. And then I
went to probates all the time. Them Joes was lit.
I'm the big nigga. I was quick on my feet, so it was like, I defied the stereotypes. But I mean, just on the Kappa world, like my father, he big time in Kappa. You know what I'm saying?
But them brothers that you named earlier, they love you.
Yeah,
I seen it at the homecoming. Motherfuckers was pulling up on you, and it wasn't like, oh no, he one of us, we got to. Yeah. It was like real respect and love.
Because that's like you said, I just try to be that beacon of light, man. I just try to present an aura to where I want you to feel safe around me. You know what I'm saying?
I always felt safe around Sonny.
Yeah, you just feel safe. Like, I mean, I'm with the shits when necessary.
And I don't mean safe in a way for the people that's watching. I don't mean safe in a way like I know Sonny gonna knock somebody out. I know Sonny is gonna make sure that my best interest is at heart.
Yeah, but if we gotta throw hands, we gonna do it. But I'm gonna
that's
make sure.
Another thing.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna make sure.
You wouldn't trust me. You wouldn't have been in my dorm room if I didn't swing on somebody. For
yeah.
Because that's my hut.
Yeah,
at that time, you know what I mean.
So it's just one of them things, like that whole Greek presence, like that was just what a time to be alive, like Future would say. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate y'all because even like I say, like the reason that I know that the Kappas that you spoke of love you is because they take care of me, and I'm not a Kappa.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Them brothers, they good dudes.
Because what happens, like I said, man, shout out 10 Legends all day. What happens is that a lot of people get the Greek shit and they forget who they are as humans.
Right.
And
I saw a couple football players do that when I was up there. But go ahead.
It's a lot. It's a lot of people that do that, and then it is funny.
The deepest dudes on the bench. Anyway.
Yeah, but the funniest shit about it is like my wife recently, she was just like, "Yo, you're naming a lot of people that weren't Greek," because my wife, she had dealt it from Morgan too. You know what I'm saying? And shout out.
But she acute. Deltas is Kappa's sisters, or
I don't know how that shit. I mean, with that, they do got a special relationship or whatever. But
and I'm not trying to imply anything.
No. But that's no. It's like it's some history between both of those organizations. So yeah, you're correct on that.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, shout out the whole Hard Out Life line, the 03 shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my wife Kiana on that.
Salute to your wife. Salute to your wife for being your wife and holding you down.
Appreciate that. Yeah, shout out Kiana, man. We'd have been through some shit. I mean,
because you running through this field with a warrior beside you, and that's everything.
Yeah, it is nothing that She said, "Yo, please don't embarrass me today," but I can't call it. If I do, fuck it. It's all in good intentions. But yeah, so it was just like, shit, I lost my train of thought.
No, but we was talking about the impact of you being the next breed on.
That was just like, it was cool. It was just cool to be there. It was just a great time. Like that whole 2000, 2006 era, that was just a great time.
And a lot of the stereotypes from fraternities do apply, but a lot of them don't.
Right, because it's all about the individual. You know what I'm saying? Because what you get from it is what you get from it. So it's like,
what are you there for?
Right. So it's kind of like you said, like I was talking to my wife, and I'm naming all these people that aren't Greek, but they're very close to me. Like I'm naming yourself. I'm naming you. Weez and shit. You know what I mean? Like those are the top two that come to mind. D Murray, shout out D Murray, man, cool absolutely. Guy. You know, Calvette. The list go on and on.
And she like they not Greek.
Yeah, but it was like, but we had. I was somebody before that Greek shit, and I always told myself once this Greek shit is over, not as over, but once this whole I'm a captain, that's all solidified and all that, I will never change on the niggas that was.
But I
there
appreciated that
before because y'all knew me before all that shit. Like,
I appreciated that, bro, because I keep it G. We got a couple squad members that's Qs.
Yeah.
Got a couple Kappas that's in squad, or at least one. Yeah. Got a couple. And or we had a couple that was going to be Kappas at one point.
Yeah.
I should say.
I remember all
but
that.
Like, so you know exactly what time I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course.
But one thing that I always appreciated about my brothers that did take those journeys, because everybody has their reasoning, and I don't disagree with any of them because it's a positive move.
Right.
But the twist was they never, like when we went to the party, they would fraternize with their brothers, but they would still fuck with us. Like, just don't forget about us because
because y'all were there.
We love you.
Y'all were there when I was, like you said, like I was just Sonny. I wasn't Cap with Sonny, I wasn't AI Sonny and none of that shit. I was just regular ass Sonny and shit. And y'all opened y'all arms and doors to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I can't do none of that. Like if it's somebody that if it's a John or something that y'all see that y'all might not have had access to, yo, hey look, shorty, such and such.
That's my folks.
It's my folks. So whatever transpired once that happened,
that's
fuck it. I'll CP3 the shit out of everything when it comes to that, because that's just who I was. Like it's not.
No, but I think that
it's never been no. I can't look at nobody no different because of some shit like that. Like I look at you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? I look, who are you as a man? Like what is your character?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the fuck this shit is about.
Right.
That's what the fuck this shit is about.
No, but that's what makes sense. And it's like, I'm just happy to see good people get good energy back to them that necessarily don't put themselves in the spotlight.
Yeah, cause that was the thing. Like my oh man, like I remember, like you were saying, you was rapping and all that. Like I be writing poetry and shit or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's where it started for me.
Yeah, so
I was published young.
Yeah, so one of the joints I said, shit, what was it? Oh, I said in hindsight, I tell the story, you just want the highlights, because in hindsight, time is tight. Just because you want the fruit of the labor, that don't mean you need to be in the limelight.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of like just kind of like how I took it. Like I don't need to be in the limelight, but when you see me, you dap me up, and then you make your move. Whatever you do, that's just what it is. So when that's all it was. Like for me, it was like how Rich Porter said on Pay the Force, I just want to be around some love today. You know
absolutely. Now, mind you,
that's what homecoming. That's what all this shit is. That's what this shit is right now.
Right now.
Between
but
us,
mind
that's
you,
exactly
this whole conversation started from me trying to point across to you that I just want to bring more light to the way that you speak, the heart, the energy that you bring.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And I also, to parallel that, you know, I run around and I talk to musicians and artists all the time, and I always say a lot of producers and DJs are not producers and DJs because they don't want to be rappers. I mean, because they can't rap.
Right.
They're producers and DJs because they put themselves in a position that they wanted to be in to still be a part of the thing.
Right.
They don't want to be on the front of the stage.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But they still make the thing happen. They still have a skill set that is needed. They're still valued, and maybe not valued enough, but to us they are. To the people that respect the whole thing, the 6 elements of this whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's 5 or 6 debatable, but we're not getting into that. But you know what I mean?
For another time.
Yeah, it's a different hip hop conversation. But like those people put themselves in that position for a reason. So I never tell somebody to do the thing the way that I do it.
Right.
But I would definitely tell you that your voice is valuable.
I appreciate it.
And it needs to be amplified. And I would love for my audience to be able to hear a perspective from your point of view.
Yeah, I man, that's very humbling to hear, because I don't do it for the likes. I just do it because.
But that's why it's a thing.
Yeah,
because if you did it for the likes, I wouldn't give a fuck. I can tell.
Right. Yeah, I just do it to be organic. I do it to be organic. I do it to be authentic.
Do you get a release from it?
Yeah, I do.
I know the feedback is beautiful. That's like another birthday.
The feedback is what is just like. This is like, I take it as a very humbling experience for me, because it's one of those things where coming up, I wasn't received that way. You know what I'm saying? Like coming up, I was ignored. I came up like.
But you realize through all your story that you told so far on here, whatever you've given, you've gotten exactly what you were supposed to get out of it.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it. Like that's,
so they would have received you for. We would have I received you for the man you was.
Yeah.
I would have received you as a poet too, nigga.
Yeah.
I would have received you. I'd have let you speak for me in meetings a long time ago.
That's a whole. Yeah, we could definitely talk about that.
No,
shit
we got
too.
more shit to figure out.
Oh yeah,
because you my brother.
More shit to figure out. But that's just one of those things where coming up, I just felt. But as I got older,
understand it.
Yeah.
Based on the way you explained it,
yeah.
and I like the parallel between, especially you being a father of 4 children, all completely different, some with different kinds of needs and all of that.
Yeah.
And then you could relate everything that you said your dad told you to what you talk about with your kids.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're 2 guys who had our dad, 2 black men that came up in our era, who had our dads in our lives. My dad is still with my mom to this day.
Yeah, so is mine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they in their 70s. And
my
running
father be
around and
70 next
enjoying
year.
their little life.
Yeah.
But like, my dad helped raise some of my homies because most of my homies didn't have that.
Yeah, my dad did the same thing.
You had those words in-house.
Yeah.
When I watch my Expert Opinion, Mad Fathers podcast.
Yeah, that's a good podcast.
He has a brother on there, Mecca.
Yeah.
Every episode, Mecca could tell you, just like you just did today, a bunch of quotes from his father that we all could live by.
Yeah.
That we all can gain introspective, whatever the word is from.
Yeah.
And that's a gift. That's because now in your position, besides the spiritual, besides the wife, you also got that conscience that was built.
The spiritual, mental, and physical is definitely improving, and it's just one of those things where now it's my turn to spread that gift to
and
other
I want
people.
you to be able to do that
You know
to
what I
whatever
mean?
extent you want to do that to.
Yeah, because
so if I got a resource that makes sense, if you want to come to Philly and talk to the people about some shit,
fuck it, let's do it.
I can figure out venues. We could line up a lot of shit. Bro.
We could do it. We do
Philly. Street festivals. I could do anything less than 50,000 people. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's about an hour and a half away. So I mean,
but I mean, like, it's the same thing.
Things,
it's like AINT will father your sons.
Yeah, shout out to him with that idea, man, because that was something that that's something that has to be appreciated more. Him doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's something that. You got Fatherhood Project with me and Calvet. You got Father Your Sons with AINT. Like that's a big.
These things could make a lot of things happen.
Yeah,
together.
because that's something that when you wanna, because the stereotype is black men ain't around with their kids, and you got people that defy that every time.
Shout out to Ryan from As I Plant This Seed. I know black men that will be around for all of our kids. Yeah. All you got to do is drop them off at the location that he's running, and they'll be safe. I
just want to be like the same knowledge my father dropped on me. I just want to drop on other people, and then at the same time learn more about myself, so that the knowledge I drop to my kids, that they can regurgitate that back to somebody else too. You know what I mean?
And be better people. Add on to this world of us.
Yeah, because I mean, like you never want to measure yourself with somebody else's ruler, because when you do that shit, you'll never measure up, man. You'll always fall short.
But you know what's wild about that? You're an example of that.
Yeah, I am.
You have 4 children that have 4 completely different personalities, needs, and all of that.
Yeah.
They all your children.
Yeah.
They all have the same expectations not based on like comparing them to each other, but on what you want them to be.
Yeah, it's what's so funny? It's their childlike faith that keeps me going.
I like that.
Because they don't know the struggles that me and my wife go through.
And that's a beautiful thing.
And right.
That's a beautiful thing.
And for them to have the childlike faith that they have, it keeps me grounded. It keeps me...
Because they got y'all.
Yeah, so like for example, like
what's the play? I'm running.
Yeah, like the day before I came here, I talked to my son. I talked to Reed and Hannah before I got here. I said, son, Reed, you the man in the house now. I'm about to go up Philly. I'm about to chop it up with my man Sam Malone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you said you going to Philly? I said, yeah, I'm going to Philly. That's where it's at. He was like, don't you need a passport to get there? I said, nah. And Hannah comes in the background. No, that's not Philly. You're talking about Waldorf. That's what you need the passport for. I said, no, I'm just joking. You don't need a passport for neither. But
right.
you know, my oldest, you know, but just to hear them like, Dad, I want you to do well. Are you gonna be on TV? Cause I'm gonna tell my friends and all that type of shit.
Let's
so
do
it's
this.
like,
shout out to all of y'all. Salute to y'all. I love y'all. Uncle Sammie loves y'all.
Yeah, shout out to Morgan, Reed, Hannah, and JoJo. Shout out my wife, Kiana, man.
Morgan, Reed, Hannah, JoJo.
Yeah.
Uncle Sammie loves y'all.
Yo, this is...
Take care of this man, please.
Yeah, so it's just like, those little childlike, that childlike faith, man, that's what as adults we need to have, too.
Bro, I talk about it all the time, bro.
You gotta have that childlike faith because when you used to go to your father, you'd be like, yo, I got a field trip. It's on Friday. You told him on Thursday. That shit $15. He might have had $13 in the bank account, but somehow
you figured out that
he made it to 15 so you can go on that trip, man. I just want to have that childlike faith myself because sometimes it's like, you know, sometimes in the natural, the math ain't mathing,
mm-hmm.
right? But in order to create that supernatural manifestation on it,
mm-hmm.
you gotta have that faith. You gotta be able to be like, you know, the faith that's, you know, faith is when you see something that ain't saying. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like I gotta do that for my kids. I gotta do that for my wife because they depend on me. I'm the chief.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like you said, I'm the elder. I'm the guy that when people talk, people they listen. Wow. And it's one of those things where it's like it's two chiefs coming together with this episode right here. It's two chiefs coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just like, yo, we're gonna put our minds together and come up with something crazy. Like just the fact, like you said, like you on almost 200 episodes. I'm on here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's such a humbling. That's just such a.
Nah, man, I appreciate you.
No, that's some real shit though, because it's like you have. I've watched this. I've watched it from episode 1 to now.
Yeah, you always actually been boosting me. That's one thing I want to say.
Because you listen. Because a lot of times people like to think about us in a way that makes them feel better about themselves.
Exactly.
So they want to talk about you and fighting when you was Jay Ruger and shit. They want to talk about Sonny when he's doing the dumb shit that he was doing. No, talk about me now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? To be like Hov said, to be Bobby then, you gotta be Bobby now. So
you gotta let Malcolm Little become Malcolm X.
Yeah, you gotta let that happen. You have to let that happen. Like, yeah, I know everybody goes through their transformation. I just want to be, like I said, the beacon of light and all that. Like, I just want everybody to govern themselves accordingly. Cause, like I said, cause I came up. My father was a mortician
mm-hmm.
coming up, right? So
mm-hmm.
I saw so much death in my life
mm-hmm.
that I got paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
sitting on the sideline is different than sitting on that front row, man. It's nothing like me closing the casket on your loved one, man.
Right.
It's nothing like me pushing that casket to the hearse, to the graveyard. It's nothing. That's not the feeling that a 12-year-old should have. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
and I remember doing that the first time with my grandfather.
And this is what put food on the table. This is a whole mindfuck.
Right, that's a
but
whole
it's a lucrative business.
It's a lucrative business. Yes, it is.
Sadly,
it's a lucrative business. It's a definite mindfuck because I got introduced to it. My grandfather died, and my grandfather was the.
Y'all prepared his body and all of that.
Yeah,
of course, because it's a family business.
Yeah, my father
cut 80% off the cost.
Did all that. It wasn't even the cost.
No, not about that. But why would you do it another way?
Yeah. It was one of those like, but yeah, just to get that. I'll never forget that. Like he died March 20th, 1996.
God bless
I remember March 19th.
Mm-hmm.
he picked me up from school and he said, you know, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. And tomorrow never happened. You know what I'm saying? He had died that night. And I remember my father picking me up from school. I was upset that my dad picked me up from school, like, because that was the time I spent with my grandfather. He used to take me throughout the hood. Like, he used to drive me all up and down Pennsylvania Avenue, North Avenue, just all the hoods, all the projects, all that. And not to say that he was better than them, but he was just saying, look, son, you never judge a man by these circumstances. If you
I learned that in the barbershop.
If you ever looking at somebody, if you ever looking down on somebody, that's because you helping them up.
Right.
Because you could be down just like them. One
as
false
a man,
move.
you know that's 300% true.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like yo, 2015 by far was like the wildest year of my whole life, man. It was wild because we had just found out my son Reed. That's when he, you know, we started seeing some things in him where it just wasn't right. My wife just gave birth to Hannah. I just bought a house, right? But I got laid off. So I gets laid off. My house, within a year, my house is in the foreclosure program. I had the sheriff come to my house twice talking about they will repo both my shits, both my cars. And I'll never forget, my wife looked at me and said, I thought you was going to be a better man than that. And that fucked me up to the core. Why it fucked me up to the core? One, we was on the way to church when she said that shit. That's what really fucked me up.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. The whole house of the Lord, and I got this bullshit on my mind. But
I'm gonna sit with for 3 hours.
Right. But it was her saying that it allowed me to reflect that no, I wasn't the man that she married at that time because I did not fulfill the duties as I was as a man. You know what I'm saying? And by me being humbled that way, it was like, look, Lord, look, I try to do it my way. That shit ain't work. So
how we rocking?
Your plan, my plan B was God's plan A.
Absolutely.
The whole time. But because I wanted to try to figure it out myself, he said, yo, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna let you figure this shit out yourself, but I'm gonna be here when you fuck it up.
You be back.
You will be back. I'm gonna open you with open arms because that's the grace and mercy that I provide for you. You know what I'm saying? However, when you do come back, acknowledge me. Acknowledge my presence. Acknowledge that despite all the shit that you went through, I'm gonna get you out of that. And sure enough, I'm in the house 8 years later. I done upgraded cars.
Talk that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the Suburban is gorgeous.
I appreciate it.
It's gorgeous. I ain't gonna say what color, but it's gorgeous.
But no, it's one of those things where I appreciate that real nigga shit. You gotta tell me about what color the car is.
Yeah, I'm not. We ain't played them games.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But no, but like when I get the shit like that, niggas thinking I'm stunting on them. No, I got a wife.
You earned that.
I got a wife and 4 kids. So
you need a reliable.
I need a reliable vehicle. Whip that will hold all of them, and they're getting bigger. So it's just like those
road
moments.
Trips.
It's moments like that. It's moments when it's just like you said. Like I said, my father. Back to the March 20th situation. He picked me up from school. I was playing video games. He told me to stop. I said, why you want me to stop? I mean, I'm grooving. I'm getting busy. He said, look, man, I know your grandfather normally picks you up from school, but last night he had a heart attack and he died on the spot. Fucked me up to the core. Like, I've never cursed in my life as much as I did that day. Like, I'm challenging God to a fight. Like, listen, come down. Like, you keep saying you coming back. Come holler at me.
Like I'm here. Where you at?
Where you at, man?
I'm outside.
Because I'm outside. I got my hands already bulked up.
Yeah.
You probably
I know
gonna
the feeling.
fry me. You probably gonna fry me, but you gonna be like, damn, yo, shorty got a right hand for real. You know what I'm saying? So it was shit like that. And that's another moment, man. Like I said, man, like I came on here today. When you called me on here today, I told myself, look, man, I'm going to be as authentic as possible. I'm going to be organic.
You've been that.
And I'm going to be vulnerable about my life because I want y'all to understand where this comes from.
Right.
You know, so, yeah, so March 14, 2019, right? So I've always been that big nigga my whole life. I tried to make a change on that with the whole bariatric surgery shit. And the shit went left. Completely left.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of niggas don't. But no, like, I damn near died right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
And that, now, mind you, I got married March 16th, 2012. So this is 2 days before my 7th year being married.
Yeah.
And they died. You know, we still going through that right now, so I can't say but so much. But yo, I lost 1.5 liters of blood. Now, mind you, the body only got 5.
Yeah, you lose 2 or 3, you gone.
So at the one, you touch and go.
No, you super close to gone.
Yeah, so I lost 1.5. I had to have 4 blood transfusions. I got this 15-inch scar up my gut, looking like a whole C-section scar. Like, me and my mom's got the same size scar and shit.
Yo, you are hilarious, yo.
Yo, but I say that to be vulnerable because when it happened, I remember waking up and it was nothing but white coats just surrounding me. Nothing but nurses surrounding me. My wife in the background, my brother in the background. I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened? Because I tried to sit up and I couldn't because I done had 50 staples on me.
Yeah, ain't no way.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, yo, did I die? Because everybody was, all I saw was white. So they thinking I'm joking because I'm high as shit, but I was cognizant to know something didn't go right.
Right.
So I was like, yo, I asked my brother, I say, yo, Cook, yo, did they take my organs from me, yo? They sitting here laughing. I'm like, no, I'm fucking serious. Like, yo, I gotta call Big Al and them niggas. Like, what I gotta do? You know what I'm saying? And they explained the situation. And they told me, like, I'm a medical miracle because I should be dead right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, you shouldn't, but that's what they
I mean, that's how they portrayed it.
So they make
like, so it's like,
they look like heroes.
Yeah, so they looking like heroes, but that was just God saying to me, like, yo, yeah, you ain't deserve to be here, but throughout it all, I was here the whole time.
We're not gonna start with you ain't deserve to be here, but you skipping something.
No. What I'm saying, no, not meaning that I didn't deserve to be.
Oh, you didn't deserve to be in that position.
I didn't need to be in that position. Not on Earth, but I didn't deserve to be.
All right, I'm glad I clarified that too.
Yeah, it didn't deserve to be in this.
But you skipping something. You
What's
skipped
that?
something. You skipped something that I've been waiting for.
Come on, talk to me.
They pick you up. You play the video game. They tell you your grandfather is dead.
Yeah.
At what point does it turn into now it's time to do our job?
Shoo.
Because that's the part. You danced around that 3 times.
I didn't. Not
intentionally, but like you getting us right there, and that's what's intriguing to us because we can't imagine.
Yeah, that was my fault. I didn't mean to go save y'all club on y'all real quick.
No, you good. You good. Love Sammie.
That wasn't intentional.
So no.
Oh no,
honestly,
he said he said my father told me after I got the whole crying on my system. He said, son, he's at the funeral home. Do you want to see him?
I never went to the hospital to see my grandfather, and I was there the day that he died.
Wow. Yeah, so like I didn't like all that happen since it happened 3, 4 in the morning. When he died, he was already at the funeral home. He asked me, he's like, son, do you want to see him? And I said, yeah. And he was like, why? I said, because I wanna talk to him. Like I know he's not gonna talk back, but
he can hear me.
He can hear me. Our spirits is aligned.
Absolutely.
So I went there. I talked to him. I did everything I could to help my dad with that.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that was the same night.
Yeah, that was so he died on the 20th. So I was there around the area about the same night.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. My mother was pissed. She was pissed at me because she was pissed at my dad. She was pissed at myself.
But you needed that. In hindsight,
you
still feel like you needed that?
Yeah. I needed that. I needed that because it was one of those things where it was just like, I need to see that.
Because mom was worried about you. So if in hindsight you needed that, then she was just worried.
My mother was worried about me because she
knew the connection.
She knew, because that was my guy.
That was your
That was the guy who raised me to be who I am.
That's the OG.
Yeah, like he's the one who schooled my dad. And shit, because my mother and father grew up around the corner from each other, and so for him to do
regular
that,
Baltimore shit.
Yeah, so for him to do that, and for me to do that, it was just like, that shit was so surreal, but it was one of those things. Like, I can go back to what my grandfather said to me, but I was like 9, so I didn't understand it. He was just like, in life, you're going to, in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah. What about it? What about it, granddad? What about life? He said, in life, you're going to be around a group of people battling the unknowns, but you're going to fight for the best possible outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you fight for that best possible outcome, there will be a point in time when your earthly presence is no longer required. So when that day comes, just know that what you did on earth is the prerequisite to your everlasting life.
Legacy.
If you get one. Because if you believe in God, please believe, you better believe there's a devil down there too. So he was said to me, he said,
as above is so below.
Yeah, he said, listen, there's going to be caskets, there's going to be all that. Look at that casket as a portal for me to get to my final destination. You're not going to understand.
He put you down with the whole thing.
And I was like 9, so I didn't understand what.
And you remember all of it.
Yeah,
That's
because now it came back. It was like a butterfly effect, because it was like I tried to change certain moments in life, but it brought me back to that.
That's it. The speech encompassed all of that.
It brought me back to. He said, "Look, man, the casket is just a portal where, in order for you to get to heaven, there's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts to get to heaven. I want you to do the very best you can on earth. I want you to listen to my lessons now. You may not understand it now, but you will be able to regurgitate it when you need to. And here's why. Because people are going to look up to me like they looking up to you. And when you do that, you have to be authentic with yourself. So if you don't know yourself, that shit is just, people going to see right through that bullshit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it was just like, in order to get to this everlasting life, man, you got to go through this casting. You got to go through this process. So you will be here one day. I just pray you had the longest life ever before that happens. So from that, it kind of put me at ease until my father closed that casket.
Right. And then this is reality.
That shit really hit, because I was just like,
but does that create a situation where it's like, if I can prep one of the biggest influences in my life, then to do it for your people is just business. It's
business, but I want to be human at the same time.
Well, to do good in that field, you have to be.
Yeah,
you have to present it.
Yeah, so that's what.
But like you say, people see through the bullshit. So you have to be.
Yeah, I had to be human about it, because it got to the point where it was just everybody I knew.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, you know,
Yeah.
I'll never forget this, man.
Yeah,
I got into a fight. I was 19 years old.
We about to wrap it, so let's make this one a quick one.
Okay, cool. All right, so I was 19. Matter of fact, fuck it, we ain't gotta worry about that. We can.
Nah, it's all good.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, well, basically, 19, got to a fight in the club, this, that, and the fourth. Come to find out, it was my first cousin I got into a fight with. I didn't even know. And the reason that I found out, I buried his mom's the next week.
And he popped up.
And he looking at me like, the fuck?
That's
my
the
father
ball?
looking, well, that's yo.
Yeah.
My father looking at me, I'm looking at him. We all looking at each other. He's like, what the fuck going on? I said, yo, Dad, that's the nigga I swung on at the joint. And he was like, oh, shit. So let me pull y'all to the side. But like you just said, you about to rap. So like I said, I appreciate you taking the time out.
This is a great talk, man. I had a great time,
if anything, like I said,
we can always do it again.
Anything, we can do it again. But like how in my homecoming shit, Morgan, if you don't listen to nothing that me and Sam Malone said, man, govern yourselves accordingly, yo. That's the mantra. That's your life's. That is your mission statement in life, man. While you still got breath in your lungs, man, govern yourself accordingly, because every day not promised, man. And I just want y'all to appreciate life, because a lot of people don't. But I want to say this one. It's not even a story. It's more of something. You know, the spirit just hit me just now. So my fault. I know you said you about to rap. My fault.
I want to hear it now.
When we were younger, right? We was in Morgan together. We 18, 19 years old. All we had at that time was strength, right? All we had was tenacity. All we had was ferocity. We was willing to go through a brick wall just to prove how strong we were, right?
Some of us got the wall tatted on us. Yep.
Yeah. So now, as I'm approaching 39, 40 years old, I now got the knowledge to where I can help someone that was once where I was with strength only. Now I got strength and knowledge, so now I'm a double threat. We're double threats now.
Talk that.
Because we have knowledge to spread to these younger people that all they got is strength. All they got is, I'm going to go hard or go home. Yes, you can go hard, but the home that you're going to ain't necessarily the one that you thought you was going to, because there's another home called prison. There's another home called the cemetery. There's another home called hell. You know what I'm saying? So while I still got breath in my lungs, man, I just want to pass knowledge. I still got the strength. I'm still with the shits if I had to go that route. But I just want to spread knowledge to everybody first before we do that, man, because it's just one of those things where you made I think if you summarize this whole episode, is when you
wrap my episode for
when you compared me to the elder. Like, I think one of my purposes in life is to be that elder, because I've experienced enough to where I qualify to talk about the shit that I talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of niggas talk it like how they tell it how it might be, nigga. I'm gonna tell it how it is, and I've experienced it to the point to where I'm on Sippin with Sammie right now, talking about that shit.
So let's end it right there, yo.
Sippin with Sammie, man.
It's crazy because I didn't even get to ask you about the wire. But anyway, these is jokes. But it's funny because we was in school when the wire debuted, and I'm out there with Baltimore. That's why I watched it, because they was watching it. But anyway, I appreciate your time. Appreciate your words. We ain't gotta go nowhere because it's rush hour. So
I'm staying.
You kick it for a minute.
I'm in Philly, so we
let the people know the website, the podcast, how they can find that, and how they can keep up with you. Oh man, so Fatherhood Project, that's the podcast. Like I said, shout out my brother Cal Vet, man. Shout out Vet, man.
To the day we both underground, I swear on that one. That's on Anchor app. It's an Anchor app, and there's also Spotify Fatherhood Project. You might see some if I ever go on some not solo shit, but like anything my homecoming shit, that'll be on there. AI_Sonny, that's my Instagram shit. We gonna keep it. Keep it funky, man.
That's what it is, man.
Sam Malone, man, I appreciate it, man. You got me out here in Philly, so let's have a good time while I'm out here, man.
Nah, I appreciate you. I love you, my boy, and you are living exactly how you supposed to be. You are the man you were supposed to be. Everything you did up until now, everything they said up until now, made you who you are today. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you too, yo. Like I say, look, life is theater. Let the Bible be your script. Also, let the word, because they say they want the word to be a part of your flesh. I want to flip that. I want the flesh to be part of the word, meaning that when you see me, I'm the living example of what life should be, man. So talk that shit. I want to talk this shit while I got it. Sam Malone, please. If we could do this as often as you want. No, you done rap my show about 8 times, but I just kept wanting to hear you talk. So we out. We out, man. We could have ended 20 times already. Oh, man. It's Big Brasco, AI, man. 10 Legends. You know what it is. Morgan State, man. We out of here. And I got the marker, so I'm signing the wall. You know what it is. You already know. Twin, what up?
Some scholars with real dollars and educated. Nice houses with real options, they validated. Some blue collar with few dollars and obligations. No safe net and keep smiles, it's complicated. Some scholars with real dollars and educated. Nice houses with real options, they validated. Some blue collar with few dollars and obligations. No safe net and keep smiles, it's complicated. One named Triz, Triz had his handful. To be real or more like dragging the anvil. Always took time to give words and shook hands still. No clue what he walked through before the standstill. No degree, work daily. A man still couldn't understand if you could work, why would a man still? Triz worked for Troy, and Troy had all the toys. On the com, they said Troy and Tom was diddling boys. But the indictment on the way was fraud. Paper trails and strange emails to get you caught. And how you justify all that shit you bought? And where Triz gon' work with Troy's ass in court? Some scholars with real dollars and educated. Nice houses with real options, they validated. Some blue collar with few dollars and obligations. No safe net and keep smiles, it's complicated. Some scholars with real dollars and educated. Nice houses with real options, they validated. Some blue collar with few dollars and obligations. No safe net and keep smiles,
Troy
it's
never had
complicated.
to hustle, but he couldn't fly straight. See, he like the villain in the movie, like staring at the ceiling in the movie. He couldn't get the picture, life changed when the car crash killed his sister. He never told his father how he missed her. Got a plug from his uncle bar mitzvah. First car was a Honda, but he wanted the Fisker. Every day he would order lunch, Triz would deliver. One day he asked Triz, you tired of making tips? You ever had your hands on the brick? He said, I know you need cash, while looking at his kicks. With my plan and 25 to Mars, you be rich.
Some scholars with real dollars and educated. Nice houses with real options, they validated. Some blue collar with few dollars and obligations. No safe net and keep smiles, it's complicated. Some scholars with real dollars and educated. Nice houses with real options, they validated. Some blue collar with few dollars and obligations. No safe net and keep smiles, it's complicated. So the bottom line, Triz could be Troy, and Troy could be Triz. Don't judge motherfuckers, just try to figure out what it is. Be safe, keep your credit straight, and know that God is great. And that's from Sam Malone and Dutchie. Philly.